For centuries, humanity has looked at the stars and asked a single question. Is anyone there? We've built telescopes to see the edge of the visible universe and microscopes to see the building blocks of matter. We've looked for gods in the clouds and aliens in the distant galaxies. But what if we've been looking in the wrong place? What if the proof of a creator isn't found in a miracle or a message from space, but in the very math that allows you to exist? Welcome to the God Protocol. This is the hidden logic that suggests our universe was not born from chaos, but designed by an architect with a specific intent. When a programmer builds a simulation, they have to set the rules. They define the gravity, the speed of light, and the way atoms interact. If these rules are even slightly off, the program crashes. The stars don't form, the planets don't hold an atmosphere, and life never begins. Physicists call this the fine-tuning of the universe. There are roughly 30 fundamental physical constants, numbers like the strength of gravity or the mass of an electron, that seem to be perfectly adjusted. If the strength of the strong nuclear force were different by just 1%, there would be no carbon in the universe, and therefore no you. This isn't just luck. This is a level of precision that suggests a deliberate setting of the dials. Think about the golden ratio, or phi. This mathematical constant, roughly 1.618, appears everywhere. You find it in the spiral of a seashell, the arrangement of seeds in a sunflower, the shape of a hurricane, and even the proportions of the human body. It is a recurring piece of code that provides maximum efficiency in growth and structure. Why would a random, chaotic universe use the same mathematical signature for a galaxy and a flower? In software development, we call this a global variable. It's a piece of code that is written once and then called upon across the entire program to ensure consistency. The golden ratio is the architect's favorite variable. Then we have the Fibonacci sequence. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and so on. Every number is the sum of the two preceding it. We see this sequence governing the way trees branch, how pine cones grow, and the family trees of honeybees. It's as if the universe is running on a set of recursive functions. If you were building a massive, procedurally generated world, you wouldn't design every leaf and every star by hand. You would write a simple, elegant algorithm that could generate infinite complexity from a few lines of code. The Fibonacci sequence is that algorithm. It is the engine that renders the beauty of the natural world. But the most compelling evidence for a programmed reality lies within you. In 1953, we discovered the structure of DNA. We realized that life isn't just a collection of chemicals, it is a collection of information. DNA is a literal code, a four-letter digital language composed of A, C, G, and T. It contains instructions so complex that if you were to print out the genetic code of a single human being, it would fill thousands of books. Bill Gates once noted that DNA is like a computer program, but far, far more advanced than any software we've ever created. Code does not appear by accident. Code requires a coder. Information requires an intelligence to write it. Every cell in your body is running on a software package that has been passed down for billions of years, perfectly preserved and optimized. If we are in a simulation, who is the programmer? Some call it God, others call it a level 3 civilization, and some call it the Great Architect. But the name doesn't matter as much as the intent. If the God Protocol exists, it means your life is not a mistake. You are a part of a calculated, intentional system. You are a character in a story that is being told through the medium of mathematics. The miracles we look for are simply the moments where the programmer decides to interact with the code in a way we don't yet understand. As we reach 2026, our own computers are becoming powerful enough to simulate entire universes. We are creating digital twins of cities, weather systems, and even human brains. If we can do this in less than 100 years of computing history, what could a civilization 1,000,000 years ahead of us achieve? They wouldn't just build a world, they would build a reality so perfect that the inhabitants would never suspect they were inside a machine. They would leave only one clue: the math. They would leave a trail of numbers that leads back to the truth. The God Protocol is the final bridge between science and spirituality. It tells us that the more we learn about physics, the closer we get to the mind of the one who created it. We aren't just observers, we are the end-user experience. We are the consciousness through which the programmer can see their own creation. Watch this until the end to see where the trap is hidden. Because the trap is thinking that because the world is a simulation, it isn't real. A program is real to the character inside it. Your choices, your emotions, and your search for meaning are the data points the architect is interested in. You are the experiment, and the God protocol is the laboratory. Thank you for exploring the deeper layers with hidden logic. If you've ever looked at a sunset or a mathematical equation and felt a strange sense of recognition, you've felt the protocol. Subscribe to stay connected to the source. In Part 5, we will go even further. We are going to discuss the exit key, the theory that there is a way to leave the simulation. Are you ready to go outside?